So, hey again, this is the third time I'm doing this for the second official episode of my map. Um, yeah, let's jump right into it. So, last time we got a decent few things done. Let's see, make sure there isn't a more recent autosave. Nope. So, anyway, last time we got a few good things done. So, we built up a small road network, and then we let it run for a while, got some money built up, and then put in a pretty decent start at our rail system. And then after the video, I accidentally let it run for like 10-15 minutes before I saved and exited. So we have a decent chunk of money to start out with. And so yeah. Yeah, my current goals are, I think I'm going to start getting some of the other rail lines set up. I don't think I'm going to bother with passenger yet, as passenger rail tends to be a bit more on the finicky side. I think that I'm going to put in the first passenger lines once I start getting the I think I'm going to put in the first passenger line when I get a certain engine that I have in my mods. It's a yeah, a lot of the mod engines I got are various weird engines because that's what people are interested in. This one in particularly is, I believe, a 2240, meaning that it's got a axle truck in the front, a set of 4 driving wheels, and then a second set of 2 driving wheels, and then nothing in the back, which is, once again, a very weird engine, but it's the earliest engine that comes up in my mods that I really feel is truly worth putting in these the passenger traffic with. But until then, though, I'm going to be working on building up some of the freight traffic, and I'm going to see if I can't just get some stuff built up, get some stuff ready. I think for this map, I am going to try and keep the passenger and freight traffic a bit more separated. In my last map, I was running them all on one main line, and I wasn't even doing like quad track to keep them separated. And so I wound up with a lot of backup issues. And yeah, I was constantly having to untangle my rail traffic, and I'm going to try and avoid that this time. Just being a bit more careful about how I switch on and off the main line, stuff like that. Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah. Yeah, I also think I'm going to start using flyovers a bit earlier on, as soon as I hit the money snowball, because in my other map I wound up putting in a flyover towards the end, and it really helped. Although I might actually show you that station at some point, just because it's honestly kind of nuts. So if you guys are interested, let me know in the comments below, and I will pull up my personal map to show you that really funky station, because I'm honestly kind of proud of my solution, even if it looks completely ridiculous. So anyway, so yeah, let's see how my various lines are doing before anything else. Okay, so yeah, we've got way too many vehicles on the Braiding Brickworks line, which is honestly unsurprising considering how many I just chucked on there. So yeah, let's take it from, yeah, judging by the fullness, let's take it from 40 down to like 30 maybe. Yeah, that ought to do for now. Actually, these ones I'm just going to chuck to the depot, which they'll still cost me money heading into the depot, but I don't know. I might use like a few of those sorts of vehicles later on, although likely they're just going to wind up sold, but it doesn't cost me that much to send them to the depot, so I will. Let's see, where's the various, ooh, logs are going to be interesting. Yeah. And let's see, so I might be able to get both of those on one station if I'm real careful. And setting up a route from there to there and then one from there to there could be a good way to start off the episode. And it wouldn't be too unreasonable to hook in there. Let's see. So I'm going to put in a road here either way because if nothing else, I will want to if nothing else, I will want to be able to run a trucking route. Let's see. Is this going? Oop, frick. Okay, so I need to. Yeah, this needs to connect up to the other one, so I want to see if I can get any paths to form a little further up, rather than connecting straight to the front. And I also think I'm going to turn down the audio a little bit, or a lot, as the case may be. I don't usually play with very loud audio. If you guys have any feedback on that, or want to let me know that the audio's not actually playing at all for you guys for whatever reason, which is entirely possible, once again, let me know in the comments. I will try and cater to whatever it is you guys prefer. That's going to be the best connection we're going to get here. So let's see if I can place a station that'll grab all of that. If nothing else, I can expand the station and put in multiple entrances if I need to make it just a skosh bigger. And I'm definitely going to need a short jaunt trucking route of some sort. You go away. Oop. Need to do that. At least we get partial refunds now. And I think I'll actually be putting it like over here. So yeah, this may seem kind of stupid, but it's actually the most efficient way to do one of these transfers. So you literally just make a tiny little loop between the two stations and just put like, 3, 4 small vehicles, and it actually also forms a surprisingly profitable line too, which is weird, but whatever. Yeah, I don't try and, exploit it, but let's make this a little prettier. Yeah. But anyway, so yeah. So just put in a line from there to there. And this is the sort of thing I like to use those traction engines on, but for now I think I'm just going to go ahead and chuck those, or not all of them, but like that many of them onto the line. Oop. No route. No route. That's fine. I can, yeah, because I didn't actually hook that up to there, but that is hooked all the way up to the city, so I will, yeah, and then this is a lot of what I have to do for my play style is it forces me to actually hook everything up, which is not a bad thing. And so I wind up with a single cohesive network rather than a bunch of just little broken up bits and pieces. Anyway, so yeah, that can transfer to there, that can grab from there, and even if they're both connected to the other, it still works. And anyway, so that now has access to both oil wells, and we need one here to receive, and this one, oh, rail, and this one needs to have multiple tracks. Like that. And then we go into tracks, and I'm going to run one from there to there, just straight connect. And then we'll put another station up here and do the same. And this one is also going to need to be, well, actually, no, I'm probably going to be shipping by a boat, so this one can be just a single track. And then for depot access, I'm going to chuck in a little bit there, and then I'm going to need to hook that up down to there somehow. I'm probably going to, see, would it be shorter to go? Yeah, I'm going to do a loop up there, up through there. Actually, no, I will do my loop up there, although I'm going to have to double track this, which is fine. It's a good thing to have a decent amount of double tracked main line. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put in the second track here. Ooh, actually, you know, whichever it is, there really isn't a good way to put it on the other side, so I'm going to have to just go through and hope that this is the right side back at the other end. And this is, yep, good. Everything worked out in the end. So yeah, that's my first bit of cargo mainline put in. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this all the way to the end and put in a switch so that I can actually utilize it as double track. So yeah, let's see. So yeah, while I'm signaling this up, let's see, things to discuss, um, let's see. Yep, the date is not paused, so we will hopefully be getting some um, better vehicles fairly soon. We're already up into the 1860s. Probably shouldn't be chucking this many signals around this early into the game, but I have a bit of a nest egg, so I guess I can afford to do it, but I'll try and put in bigger blocks for now. But anyway, so now then, let's see. And okay, so he's going to there, so yeah, we do need the other half of this crossover. Yeah, I think that's a bit too far. I was hoping to manage to get this half of the crossover a little bit quicker, but I'll have to do it about the same. Mm-hmm. Yeah, usually I can get these sorts of crossovers to work, but not always. And it seems like this is one of those times when it's just being a pain. So I'll just have to put in the other style. Yeah, I don't like them as much. I feel that they take up a lot more space, and they also tend to be a bit slower, but at some point I'm probably going to wind up coming in and either taking out a big portion of land or just bridging up to make this junction be like, much longer and quicker just in general. So, but for now, this will do. So let's pull up the line manager and brickworks and see how we're doing rate wise. Sorry. Whew. So they're sending 95 to Petersfield, and this guy only has a rate of 59. So yeah, we need to put a few more cars. So 5 is giving me 59, so each one is giving me about 12. So let's see. So we'll probably want another like another 3 cars. So 3 more cars it is. And I think I'm going to chuck in some 4 planks. Actually, no, I'm going to put in some 1 planks and see how those look with it. Ooh. Okay, yeah. So yeah, there we go. Now he should be able to keep up. Yep. Yeah, it looks good. Yeah, I think for bricks, the larger sorts of cars definitely look a bit better, but the variety is almost more important than having all of them look cool. But anyway, so that's a little bit of optimizing done over there. And now that we have the main line here, we can go ahead and put in that other depot track. And I don't think we need to do the full big sweeping turn here. We can just do a tight turn at each end. Well, actually, we're going to need to go the other way to hook up to the depot, because the depot's back the other way. So let's put it in there. That'll do. Oh, actually, this is kind of silly of me the way I did this. Whatever. We're just gonna have a funky mess of depot tracks, I guess. Certainly looks interesting. Anyway, so, and my little guys are over there running round and round, and we'll get that line in, and then we'll get that line in. And as soon as I'm done with this, I need to go back in and put in my naming convention, because I forgot to do that again. But anyway, here's the main area. So we're just going to get two of the same vehicle for now and then optimize. So yeah, we're going to go with Jenny Lind with open wagons, and this is all going to be hauling barrels, and I find that those look the best in 3 planks. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let's start with 5. Yeah, we'll start with 5. Actually, so the crude oil one's actually going to have to haul double the amount that the other one will because of the way this works. I'm actually going to put 10 on that one and then only 5 on the other. And this is too expensive, so we'll cut it down till I can afford it, which is only 5. So yeah, this is going to deplete the rest of my current savings, and I'll chuck you on line 5, and that'll both start making me a profit on the train, and it'll start up that little thing, making me a little bit of profit, not a ton, but. And actually, since these guys are all going in a loop, I can set them to wait there, and then I can get rid of a few if it's clear that I don't need this many. Yeah, and I think that like 3 or 4 would probably have been enough for now, but I would have needed to add more in later. But this will slightly reduce the cost because they don't cost as much money while they're sitting there loading. And this is my new train. And I'm gonna color it to see, I believe that's the color I was using for crude oil on my other map. It's a very dark, dark aqua. Ooh, I did not know it's gotten into me today. Hopefully it's not the coronavirus. Although, as I am not even remotely in an at-risk age group, I'm not too worried for myself, although if I hope I'm not contagious. But anyway, though, so yeah, this guy's gonna go along, and with any luck, he'll be making us a nice, tidy profit running crude oil long distance to that refinery. And then once I've got in another, few million, I'll put in another train. Although I'm also going to want to start paying off my debt a bit. Yeah, because I've got like 5 million in loans right now. So yeah, let's let this guy run and pay off debt until we can actually, afford to do something. And as well, yeah, I mean, if you want to in the future, put down in the comments section that you do, but I'm gonna assume you guys don't want to watch me, follow this one train back and forth and spend money on repaying my loans. So I will leave you guys there and pick up with with another half to this episode once we are, out of debt and have a decent bit of money, or if we get a new vehicle, I will um, pull up the recording and jump the date back a week or two. So yeah. Okay, so this time it's just a quick little thing. We got a couple of new vehicles just popped up, which hopefully you guys get a chance to read before the notifications went back down. Nothing I plan on really using, but just told you guys I'd let you know if any new vehicles came up, so I did. I will be back shortly. Okay, so now, while you guys were away, I did do one thing. I rerouted these horse and carts so that they weren't going through the center of town because I realized that they were dumping a whole bunch of emissions right through this main street of residential. And so I routed them to come in from the side. But other than that, I didn't really do much of anything. And we now have a decent chunk of money, so we should be able to put in another train line at some point here. So yeah. I think first things first, we're going to want to stick a couple more cars on this line. So let's do that real quick. Actually, wait. What I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and clone this vehicle first because I can chuck this one onto the other line. And then I will add more cars to this one. So yeah, there we go. Now that will give me a slightly longer train running crude oil to the refinery, and a train that'll be running from the refinery to the plastics place. So yeah, let's go check out our new engine. There he is, come on. There we go. On this one, I'm going to color as well. Alright. Okay, so we got a couple new things. Nothing I really need. for the refined oil, I usually, I don't know if this changes anything for you, but I'm going to turn up the brightness for myself so that I can actually see the colors well. I usually play on low brightness to conserve battery, but I'm going to do that color for the refined oil. Let's see how it looks. If it's terrible. Nope, it's not terrible. So yeah. Yeah, this looks pretty good. So yeah, this guy's having to wait for the other train. But yeah, he's gonna go on ahead up there and start delivering refined oil to the plastics manufacturing place. And then the next thing I'm gonna want to do once I've gotten it so that these guys are all good, because I think I might wind up having to make the crude oil one even bigger. To know. Let's see. He's currently shipping at a rate of 50 some. Let's see what's this guy's rate. Yeah, it's like 100 and some. So yeah, let's swap some cars over between the two. There we go. That ought to do. So yeah, that'll make it so that we're getting even more crude oil in and putting less into shipping the refined oil out. So now I'm going to go back to the main city down here, and I'm going to go ahead and put in my harbor, because I'm going to be I'm going to be needing to ship by ship across from there and up through to there. So, and I want to I like to integrate my shipyard into my harbor, so I'm going to build them both at once. So yeah, we're going to start with the little passenger section, which I think I'm going to go ahead and put. Come on, you. Although, yeah, we need to do it where that won't be a problem. So yeah, we'll put the passenger bit there. Yeah, that ought to do. And then, so I find that these things are in like little chunks, and 3 chunks is about the right amount for putting. Oh, I forgot I can't. Oh well. But anyway, but 3 chunks is about the right amount for putting in the uh my brain is just dying. The shipyard. Yeah, that's what that thing's called, a shipyard. But anyway, so 3 of those little chunks is about right for putting in the shipyard. So that's the method I've come up with for measuring out that much. And yeah, we'll also want a road that's going through here to properly connect. I'm just going to go from like there on to, oh wow, it actually can't even squeeze through there. So we will go from there on. And yeah, that'll do. I'm probably going to add another chunk of harbor busting further into the industrial at some point, but for now I'm just going to do that. And oh, anyway, yeah, that's all I'm going to put in for the actual harbor here for now, because I'm not actually going to be using it as a harbor. I'm just using it to frame out the area that I'm putting my shipyard in, like that. But Yeah, I actually do have to extend these out a little bit, or at least the passenger one, because if I don't, we wind up with it colliding with the shipyard a bunch. So, yeah, I'm gonna need to take that out and put in another one of these. And I'm not going to bother putting back the actual landing yet because I'm not going to be using it for a while. And I might actually not use the passenger half at all, in which case I'm just going to slap a large cargo dock piece on the end there and be done with it. But in case I do use it. Yeah. And another thing I like to do with this is you really don't need like all of the front part with these. So I like to do a couple there to make a really cool looking path. And I'll do the same sort of thing over here. And then you can leave the rest of the space open so that the city can fit a couple more buildings in there. Yeah, so see, I've got that little nice path there. You're going into that one. That little path there, you're going into that one. And the city can fit a building in there and a building in there and maybe even a couple buildings in there that it wouldn't have been able to put in otherwise. Although, oh, it's trying to put residential up here? No. Ooh, so much for putting in that ship line, because I'm going to be... Yeah, I've got to stop this before it gets any worse. Ooh, yeah. Oh, dear. Okay, so yeah, the city's trying very hard to be really stupid. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this, and I'm going to force the industrial out from here. I've also put an interesting little crossroad in the middle of my teardrop, which is fine. But yeah, no, we're not going to be having this nice quiet peninsula wasted on industrial. This really does need to be residential, and the area by the other stuff really does need to be commercial and industrial. Yeah, because any residential up in this area is going to be, you know, in the middle of a ton of noise. And with all the, and that'll actually reduce city growth. So I'm going to need to get a handle on this as quickly as I can. And actually, I think I'm even going to take out a couple million in loans so I can get this done now before it becomes a problem. Yeah, because the residential's decided for some reason to grow all the way up the front. And you may like being near the convenience of the station now, but you guys are going to start complaining so hard as soon as we start getting lots and lots of trains coming through. And yeah, I'm going to have to just honestly take out a pretty stupid loan, but the sooner I deal with this, the cheaper it's going to be in the long run. Because it's a lot more expensive to do this once the city's upgraded a lot. Oof. Yeah. Yeah, I'd like to try and work the industrial over here and the commercial over there, but I definitely don't have the money to manage that sort of town training yet. So for now, I'll be satisfied with just keeping the residential out of the noisy areas. I'm going so far back into debt, but like I said, I really just can't afford to have a ton of residential up this side of the city. Yeah, I think I'm going to use that street. Mm, hmm. Yeah, I think I'm going to try and use, like, I'll let residential into this block, but not anything else on that side of there. Yeah. So I'll actually get rid of these, which is going to be expensive, but it'll help push back the commercial and let the residential have a little bit more breathing room. Well, so much for being back into or back out of debt. You know, we will let this run a bit and see if I can't, get back out of debt again. So yeah, I mean, shouldn't take too long. It's just annoying. But with any luck, I'll be getting the steam trams soon. And once I do, I can start I can go ahead and replace those guys with like just one or two of the steam trams, and then when electric trams show up, that'll be even better. Yeah. Yeah, now that I've shifted that, I'm actually going to want to move that truck stop up to like eh, up to about there. Oh, frick. You. But yeah, because I need this to be shipping to as much of the industrial as possible. So yeah, even just, back there would probably be good enough. I'm going to do around there-ish. There we go, that ought to do. And since I am eventually going to be swapping that over to tram, like as soon as I can, I'm not going to want all of this tram. I'm going to need a turnaround too, but we'll want to build a road from there to there. Let's grab a city road that size, chuck in tram track from there to there. When I have somebody come in and make me a little bit of money, yeah. Yeah, I do wish that I knew the editing magic that was needed to, speed some of this kind of stuff up for you guys, but I don't, so I can't. Hmm. And that'll let them hook up a little nicer. And I'll go ahead and remove the tram track from there because that will never be needed. But I'll leave that bit in just to show where I was originally going to do the route. I'm also likely to use it at some point, especially when I put in the tram bus line. But anyway, we've got a little bit of money, so let's pay back a little bit of the debt. And let's see how the town training went. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Most of the residential's starting to fill back in up there. We're getting a little bit where we don't want it, but don't really have the money to bother taking every last little bit out, although I think that one is a problem. So let's get a little bit more money and we'll get rid of those two. And hopefully some industrial or commercial will grow up in there soon to stop that. Yeah, I think this town's definitely going to have fairly mixed industrial and commercial, which isn't too big a deal as the uh, cargo lines that are going to be hauling stuff out can haul both. But I don't know. I prefer having separate industrial and commercial. But the real important thing is that the industrial and the commercial are separate from the residential. And we are getting a decent amount of that. Yeah, we're going to have the residential along both of those peninsulas mainly. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to look interesting when this peninsula's all like that because it's going to be very cliffy because when the residential buildings build, they raise it up to the road level, and the road here wound up running along a bit of a ridge, so it's all going to be like harsh cliffs like that where the houses have built up, and I think this is going to wind up looking real cool. I even kind of like the funky little crossroad they decided to put in there. But and that ought to also, yeah, they are really liking building up there, so I'm glad I put that little road in. And we're going to get some up there too. And probably a decent bit going up there. And actually, I'm going to want to put in a road going right along the station there. And they're probably going to want to, hook that up there, which is fine with me. But main thing is just to Now they can build a few more buildings up in there. And I can also do this. There we go. See, I can't fit one in there quite, but this will give me direct connection to the harbor, as well as once they chuck in a connection either there or somewhere, it'll give me a better connection to that peninsula with here. So this appears to be mostly commercial, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is mostly commercial. So when I start getting goods shipped in, it'll just go straight into there without any sort of shuttling route, which will be nice. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna wanna let this run for a bit, so I think that while I do, I will grab a train. Oh, yeah, before I forget again, we need to properly rename these lines. So this one, so line 1 is train braiding brickworks to, oh, no, this is, wait, school lane, what? Oh, no, I have the wrong one selected. Okay, yeah, that is braiding brickworks, Petersfield. Sorry. Petersfield. And this is train isolated quarry to braiding brickworks. And then we have, let's see, Petersfield halt to Manor Road. Which okay, so this is at this point it's still road, although hopefully it's going to be a light rail soon. So this is road, Petersfield cargo delivery 1, because there's bound to be more. And this one is okay, this is the, oh, that's actually close enough to Bideford to be considered. Oh yeah, no, those are, yeah. So this would be road isolated oil well to station. Pretty good description of what this actually does. And then this is train isolated oil wells to, let's see, that refinery actually, yeah, to braiding oil refinery, or to just braiding refinery. Braiding refinery. And then line 6, let's see, I'd say to isolated petrochemical plant, or isolated chemical plant. Yeah. And this is train Well, they consider it part of braiding, apparently. Oh no, whatever. So, still, braiding, refinery to isolated chemical plant. There we go. And that's that sorted out a bit proactively, and now we can repay some bit more of the loan. And let's see. I think I'll leave you with the brick run. It's fairly nice and scenic. So I'll be back in a little bit, but in the meantime, I'm gonna leave you guys watching this. And yeah, we're just sort of trying a few different things here. If you guys want me to do more of these sorts of things where you follow along with the engine, let me know. If you want to do less, let me know. Just let me know what you guys want. Also, let me know if the sound isn't working. Okay, so I'm back, and let's go ahead and see how much profit we've made and if we managed to get back out of debt again. Nope, not out of debt, but we've still made a decent chunk. So yeah. Let's go check on the city, see how that's doing. If it's trying to put some more houses where they don't belong. You go away. Now let's get the little road, because I can usually slip the little road out through one of those corners. Like that. And actually, let's see if I can manage to slip it around there. Oh, well, that was stupid of you, city. No, quit that. Very stupid place to put a road, and you know it. Only good thing is now I can do that. Honestly. Sometimes I think that you really do just need to straight up baby the cities in this game. But, I don't know. Adds another interesting challenge that you wouldn't have otherwise. Why are you removing those buildings? That's stupid. There. That'll do. Let's see, and we don't want your houses up there. I think I'm going to try and chase some of the commercial out of that side. Although, I'm going to leave at least that one little one in case I do decide to be really cruel to myself and try and flip-flop those later on. At least I'll have a jumping off point over there for the commercial. And I'll leave those ones in by the station there. Yeah. See what I mean, though, about how it's going to be a lot harder to manipulate the town once it gets a little bigger? Yeah, that one dude's like 600K just to remove it. But anyway, though, this is starting to look rather nice. We're starting to get a bunch of nice little houses building up around there. We'll get some slightly bigger ones on some of the edges, as well as these dudes are a bit bigger. And down here you have a couple of chances for them to put in real nice big ones. Yeah, and slowly these, not really high rise, but multi-level type things are going to slowly spread down. Certainly going to look interesting, that's for sure. And definitely a lot less of a hard transition than I have in most of my cities, because like these blocks in the middle have a bit of everything. So you can have so there is a bit more of a gradual transition, which is, I guess, kind of nice. I don't know. I might squash that out, I might not, but for now I think I'll just let it develop. Although, let's see how much more developing it will have with its current service level. Yeah, so it's going to build up quite a lot in terms of residential still, which means that it's probably going to wind up filling out all of that area and then chucking more residential random places. Yeah, I might have to look into doing a bit of land reclaiming in order to get some more residential in. I don't know. Hopefully it's smart and builds its commercial, out this way and leaves room for residential, but it probably won't. Yeah, let's get some of this commercial here cleared out. Yeah, hopefully it'll decide to put more commercial like up in those blocks there. Then residential can fill up that area there. And you can see it's already starting to push some of those slightly higher level buildings out onto the peninsula, which I think is going to be cool. Those guys need to go, though. Bye and a bye. Wasn't particularly nice to know you. But yeah, it probably isn't too interesting me doing this, so I think that I am going to go ahead and end it for this episode, but I might try doing an actual stream later today, see if anybody's interested in showing up, and if they aren't, I'll still post it afterward as the third episode. So yeah, who knows, but anyway, I think I'm gonna leave you for now, so bye. Yeah, woo.